Something that can creep up on an experienced, well-equipped party? Something that strikes first at the human mind? There is. And its name is...
Hypothermia!
I know more than you do, so pay attention. I recently lived in Brazil. I left Germany in 1945. Now I'm in Ludlow Hut in the High Sierra. Now, hypothermia simply means low temperature of the inner core of the human body. You got that? It means when you get cold, your metabolism goes down, or is it up? One of those two. Blood vessels of the skin contract, and you lose body heat. Involuntary shivering makes the muscles produce heat. And that involuntary shivering produces muscle contraction. Chilling of the brain dulls the mental faculties, although the actors you see in this movie, it'll be hard to tell because their mental faculties are already dull. And by degree, when you get this hypothermia, by degree, you sink into a deepening stupor. So the idea is to layer clothes in layers. This will explain the movie how you protect yourself against hypothermia. So carry lots of layers of clothes or carry lots of booze. At about 78 degrees, breathing and heartbeat fail. Sometimes in the hospital we can save dumb schleps that get caught in situations like this, but not too often. But this is no hospital. Anybody can see this is no hospital. All too often, cases of hypothermia end with falls, drowning, exhaustion, or what the newspapers call exposure sickness. It is known to be the #1 threat to the lives of fishermen, hunters, hikers, and backpackers. The most tragic thing about hypothermia is that it begins so innocently. Telling this party from hundreds of others, often to enjoy a few days playing the game of recreation. Every party has a strong man, and here we have a real Neanderthal. He's thinking about strenuous climbing. The real macho type. Actually, Don, he's been packing into the choice fishing spot for years. He's a little boy. And he hasn't quite grown up. He's a little uneasy about the way these people straggle, but he's no apparent harm in anything. Here comes Linda. She enjoys the trail. She keeps busy in camp. She gets along with the hiking crowd. A lot of people ask her to join because she's an easy way. One woman ought to have two. So here's Jill. She's a real ding-a-ling. What she lacks in outdoor experience, she makes up enthusiasm for birds, animals, and any man she can get her hands on. Here comes kindly Uncle Martin. At least that's why he tries to pretend to be. Actually, he's a known pervert, second by child molester.
Don't push me. But do Martin's frequent stops mean good pictures or poor condition? We wouldn't give this party a second thought, except this is mid-September, and beyond the horizon, an early storm is on the way. With it comes a deadly threat of
Hypothermia!
which this party may or may not be able to survive.
In camp, we begin to get a line on their prospects. The girls, quote, have a storm-proof tent. Martin and Peter apparently expect nothing worse than a heavy dew. Don can hole up like a bear anywhere, in any weather. The party owns enough plastic to be very useful if used right.
Peter, soup today?
Ow! Ow! Ow!
Oh, about 20 minutes?
Just enough time, too.
Linda's cooking on a gas stove. In a pinch,
Oh,
this party can get along without firewood. But as a beautiful day comes to an end, who's worried about pinches except Jill and Linda? The first clouds, so high, so thin, are scarcely worth noticing. Yet...
Linda, do you have a good rain parka?
Oh, yes. Let me This is it.
Oh, that's
This is my rain parka. I just got it au bon marché.
Oh, that? A rain parka?
Oh, it's out of her back, Jill. I mean, her pack is gonna get all wet.
Well, it's torn. It's torn.
Well, we'd better see if we can fix it.
Like most fair weather hikers, they worry most about overheating on the trail.
You know, Linda, I think we might have a weather problem.
But the weather problem they dress for is the expected heat of late summer. The idea is to let bare legs get rid of surplus body heat. Mid-morning finds the clouds a little thicker and lower. The party scattered out along the trail.
So far, the hike's been interesting, comfortable, and for Jill, memorable. As a city girl, she finds endless wonder and delight in all the living creatures that flourish under nature's hand. As she walks, she muses on nature's concern with life.
Linda has different feelings. The atmosphere of lowering fog and dead trees has her wondering if nature gives a snap about what lives and what dies. She's not at all sure that being a human and a visitor puts her on a different footing.
Peter, you nuts?
Hi, you always stopping, Peter?
If you can use some rest. I can use it.
The problem of overheating has not materialized. Jill hasn't shed her jacket. Martin and Don feel comfortable in wool shirts. Peter and Linda expect the stop to be brief, or they'd put on sweaters. There's no way of telling if Don's an habitual nibbler, or whether he thinks this party might need the extra energy. At any rate, these few small bits may powerfully affect the events of the next 8 hours.
Here, have some candy.
Oh,
hey, I
thank
wasn't asking you.
Oh.
I'm getting cold.
Me too. Let's get moving.
5 degrees. Wind 2 miles an hour. On a very small scale, cold begins its attack. Already the party's too slow for Peter's way of staying warm.
This is kind of spooky. For these dead trees?
Yeah, well, they probably died because they couldn't keep moving.
He's strong enough to just charge ahead. To his credit, he doesn't. The party may need its strongest member.
On they go. The temperature drops a couple of degrees. The mist thickens into a drizzle. Dampness begins to invade their clothes. One exception, the party behaves as though encountering a summer shower. The cruel fact, every hour and